Hello, I'm Toby Fox from 1.5 million new homes, the local government challenge sponsored by Redloft and Hill Group. Now, the government wants us to build 1.5 million new homes, and the key delivery arm for that national ambition is local government, either as the planning authority or as a joint venture partner or directly delivering new homes. So I've come to Cambridge to understand a bit better about what works and what needs to change to enable councils to build more homes. And one of the key challenges to local authorities is around the local politics of housing delivery. So I'm here with councillor Gerri Bird, who is Executive Councillor for Housing in Cambridge, Cambridge City Council. Gerri, can you tell me a bit about the balance between the people who want development, the YIMBYs, and the people who are really against development, the NIMBYs here in Cambridge?
We have a few, as you can imagine.
Of the NIMBYs?
Yes. We have quite more that want the redevelopments because they understand the needs for new council properties, affordable homes as well. But we do get certain groups that will really fight it. They'll put up banners, really shouting on social media, as you can imagine. Yeah. Then there may be a group will be set up at this where we want to develop, and then they'll get more people in. Then we'll have demonstrations outside the Guildhall, at Housing Scrutiny Committee, and it can get quite volatile at times, you know, they're quite rude. But what we've done here is we do lots of consultations. We knock on every door and tell them what's happening. Please come to the meeting, join liaison groups so we can hear what your concerns are and we can try and help you with that. And then we try and explain everything that's going to happen once its planning's done. We've got approval at the Housing Scrutiny Committee. We can then go on to decanting them, which is a horrible word.
Yeah.
But to get a new place to live.
So this is about getting people out of the homes they're in.
That's
so
right.
that you can knock them down
That's
and turn
right.
them into something better.
Yes.
And the word is decanting. It means moving them into a new home.
That's right. And they can go wherever they want.
Yeah.
They can go to Scotland, Wales, wherever. We'll do everything we possibly can. We reimburse them with some money for the disturbance we've done to them, which is hard sometimes, and I can understand that. But when we do get the people to move out and we manage to build, say, like something like this, everybody's happy. Yeah. Their bills are lower because the heating costs are down, and everybody's, well, you can see it's beautiful. And you would not know this was a mixed tenure, which is what I think is important. So council, you don't want these council estates anymore. We want something where everyone's together.
And when you say you move people out to, they can go wherever they want, Wales or Scotland or anywhere, do they then come back here, or is this a permanent move you're talking about?
It's their permanent move because we have a system where they're on HomeLink, and all homes that are at councils everywhere, they can have a look and see if that's viable for them. Yeah. And then they have the choice. But if they want to move back, once we've built on that estate, the new development, they can. So they can move in temporary accommodation until it's built.
Okay. And in talking to local people about this kind of, I mean, everybody hates change, right?
Yes.
Or most people hate change. So you can understand the sort of resistance for change. But when you're talking to them about this big change coming in their lives, how important is your own experience of council housing in being able to talk credibly about that?
I've been a council tenant for 52 years, so I understand what it's like. And I understand that it can be hard at times. Sometimes you feel you're ignored. So that's why I'm a councillor, because I want as many people to have as home in Cambridge as possible. Okay, that's why I want to regenerate the old estates and make them beautiful again, and then these people can get more homes. We've got over 3,000 people on the waiting list, but over 7,000 council homes.
Yeah.
So you can see the need that we have here in Cambridge, but we haven't got much land. So that's another big problem. So that's why we're looking at redeveloping these old estates. And I'm the same. I don't like change. We all don't. And it's sad sometimes when you get a tenant who's upset. And a lot of that is fear what people have said, to them. So we have to reassure them even more, go and see them more. We actually offered to take tenants from one estate to come and have a look what we'd done. And then they'd realise, because they'd probably never been here, even though it's not far away.
So you're showing tenants an existing scheme that you've already completed, and then they
Yes.
get an idea that actually it's good quality, it's somewhere they'd like to live,
Yes.
and you build a bit of trust with them.
Yes, and that's the thing, is building the trust. And when they know that you know what it's like to be a tenant, they're approachable, yeah? We've all got the same what we want. But to me, it's I want to build, build, build. So if the government will give me more money, I would build as much as I could here while I'm the exec.
So Gerri, where are we?
We're at the ironworks, which is what we've called it. It used to be the store yard for Cambridge City Council, where all the dust carts and everything used to go. And I'd been down here before when it was offices and that were here, and it never looked so big.
Yeah.
And of course, when everything went, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And now seeing the development all done, it's just massive area. And you can see we've tried to do what we can. We've put trees in, we've done the parks,
Yep.
we've got the community centre.
Yep.
So we try and do that at all our developments.
But that's expensive, right?
It is
And the
expensive.
council doesn't have a huge amount of money. So,
No.
so how do you make that add up?
Well, some of our is from funding from government. We get little bits from Homes England. But the other part is we build a development, a mixed tenure, so people can buy. So that way, that money, when we've sold the property, goes back into our little pot to build more houses.
And is that sustainable? Are you getting enough money by selling for
I don't
private
think
sale?
you ever get enough money, will you? You know, I'm waiting to see what the government will give us this time, because when we move people on, it costs money as well. We give them a compensation for the disturbance, as I said
How much
earlier,
is that?
£8,000, and then on top of that, we pay for their removal costs and stuff like that. So, and anything else they might need will help.
So if the government gave you, I don't know, £100 million, what would you spend it on? How many houses could you build? What could you do?
Well, now you've asked a question, how many houses I could build? I'd just build and build. No, to be honest, there's lots of old estates in Cambridge that could do with redevelopment. And we've got some in the pipeline, but of course, we've just got to wait to get some more money. And we're coming up for our 1,000th home we've built, which is a great thing, real celebration for that. And but I want more. And I might upset people by saying that, but that's what we need. Nothing's been put into housing for years, as we all know. And so, of course, people have suffered in properties that are derelict, really. And we want people to live in homes that are nice, you know, warm.
But why should the government, why should the public be paying Cambridge for that? Cambridge is a wealthy city. It's one of the wealthiest cities in the UK.
It's not. You've got the rich and you've got the poor. So there's no middle, I don't think, in Cambridge. I've lived in Cambridge 60 years. There's nothing. You've got the high,
Yep.
real high earners, yeah, and then you've got the people that are really deprived, right, barely living with the money they've got. And everybody says that about Cambridge. and we call it town and gown.
Okay.
And which is sad, because they should think of the people that haven't got the money. And there's a lot. And when I go knocking on the doors of my ward, where I represent, you see it as soon as they open the door.
So Gerri, are you providing homes for all the people who need homes in Cambridge? Do you feel that the council's doing enough to kind of reach everyone who needs a new home?
Okay, so when we first started building, we built 1 and 2 bedroom flats, because that was the need. We've now realised that we need bigger places.
Why is that?
Because these people who are in the flats have now had families. Right. Yeah, so now you need 3 bedroom houses and stuff. Yeah. So, and also, nobody had thought really a lot about accessibility for disabled people. Yeah. Every disability is different.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice that they built more accessible homes, as I call them, yeah. where they've got a wet room, yep. already done, so there's a shower to anybody else, yep. and all you've got to do is put a seat in there, and where the kitchens can be altered quickly if needs be. Mm-hmm. Where my bungalow, I have a wet room naturally, my kitchen's all adapted, so yep. the sink goes up and down, yep. the hob goes up and down, everything like that, so I can do everything I want. I'm living independently. Now, if we built more properties like that, more disabled people would be able to live independently, yeah. and may take a bit of pressure off social care.
Yeah.
At the moment, we try and build 5%, but I would like to see more.
Yeah.
I'd like to see every home built to a standard that it can be altered quickly.
You talked about the social care costs and the implications on that of building new homes. What are the temporary accommodation burden that the council's bearing at the moment?
Oh, it's terrible, as you can imagine. We've got a lot of homeless people. We've got a lot of people who are fleeing domestic violence, stuff like that. So we have to put them in temporary accommodation. We have been building the hubs, the modular homes. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've seen any.
No, not yet, no.
But they're absolutely fantastic. So it's for a single person, and they've got a living room, they've got a kitchen, they've got a shower room, they've got a bedroom. Okay. All furnished, yeah. when they move in. And we try and build their confidence again so they can have a front door key, a bank account, perhaps get a job.
Yeah.
And it's working.
How many of those have you built?
We've got 20 at the moment.
And are you planning more?
I'd like more. Yeah, any small bit of land, yeah. I'll try and see if we can get 2 or 3 in there.
And this is specifically for homeless people?
For homeless people, yeah. So my main thing is I want to build, get the waiting list for housing list down as mm-hmm. much as possible, and then see where we go from there. By that time, we might have built another 3,000, 4,000 homes, which would be great. But I might be retired by then, though.
Gerri Bird, I can only hope not. Councillor Bird, thank you very much indeed for your contribution to 1.5 million new homes.
Thank you.
That's it for another episode of 1.5 million new homes, the local government challenge, sponsored by Redloft and Hill Group. We're going to be back with another episode later this month. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching this one. And if you like what we're doing, do click like or subscribe. Thank you very much.